Hi, I'm Milton Rendell and welcome to Real News Friday. Another interesting week, and obviously the virus is hitting various businesses in different ways, and we've certainly seen in the last few weeks, as spoken about recently, the sales have slowed. And this week, similar figures to the previous week, down about 5%, which isn't a huge amount, but we did come down a considerable amount the previous week. Amount of listings sitting on the market is just a tick over that 12,000 mark still, but that's certainly well down on what it was 12 months ago. In terms of rentals, there's been an increase on rental properties on the market by about 3.8%, but still vacancy rates overall are still fairly low and inquiries still there. From an inquiry point of view through our group, we are seeing some good inquiries still coming through, and we're still showing properties on a regular basis. So the interest is still out there, and that certainly hasn't stopped. And from a rental side, we're still getting people inquiring about properties throughout from here to from Midland to Bakers Hill. But I think, like most people at the moment, there is some frustration out there. We're seeing frustration certainly with some of our clients who are commercial tenants and had to close their businesses, etc. And we're also seeing probably the impacts when you do go out to look at the shopping centres and even the local streets. And we're looking around here at the Crescent, seeing empty car parks, etc. So something we haven't seen previously in our economy for a long time. Personally, I was in real estate in the early 90s. It does seem similar in some ways. The reasons for it are completely different. You've got to keep in mind, in those days, the interest rates were 19%, unemployment rate was in excess of 11%. The Australian unemployment rate is slightly going up. We're seeing that. The schemes that the government's introducing will have some impact and soften things to a degree. I think, like everybody, whether you're a business person or just anybody, just wondering when this nightmare is going to end. I don't know about you, but I'm certainly sick of seeing the virus on television and everything, and being in every conversation that's out there. So I'm trying to avoid talking about that going forward. But the reality is, it is part of what's going on currently for us. We will continue to be open. Each of our offices is still open and still available to provide the services. We're taking the recommended steps in terms of safety for our staff and for our clients, and today it has worked quite well. I think in West Australia we were actually doing quite well. Was interesting in Victoria on Thursday night, I closed the business on Thursday. The Victorian government had decided to introduce some more restrictions as into how people could view homes. Homes that could be viewed basically were going to be vacant homes, but there was much debate over the Easter period, and by Monday they had reversed their decision. But still a few nervous politicians out there in nervous areas. But Victoria and New South Wales are bigger populations and have had more deaths and had more tourism, as does Queensland. So therefore they're going to feel the effects of the virus probably greater than we are in West Australia. But I will take my hat off to the state government. I think they've done a terrific job to date, as well as the federal government. I think it's a waiting game for all of us, but I do think will be one of the few countries that will come out of this quicker than anybody else. When is once again becomes a question. Sooner the better, I think we'd all agree with. We are getting frustrated, but I'll tell you what, some of us will look on the positive side. I went fishing down the river in Guildford the other day, caught 10 bream, haven't done that in a long time, had a good laugh by myself. But it was the little things in life. I think maybe one of the positives out of this, we're starting to focus on some of the little things in life. So by the way, if you want to go fishing down the Guildford River, there was some bream around, and I caught one the size of a plate. So not that I ate them, did an old Rex Hunt, gave them a kiss, threw them back, but the fish are alive in the Swan River. So there's your positive for the week. All the best. Have a good weekend. If you want to know more, go to realestateplus.com.au.